Jono of Nornware, SBTF Task Triage Part 4, I think. Part 4. Yeah. Got your shit together. Start the timer. Okay. Let's keep going. Humpty Dumpty player reconstitution. What is that? That seems interesting to me. Medkit possibly revives a player, just an idea. I know this game is hardcore and all, but me and my friend saw the medkits on the starting pod and thought maybe those could revive our fallen brethrens. The negative of it is that you would have to go back to get one and then find your fallen comrade and bring him back to life. This is from early 2015. We joke, I responded, we joke a lot about having the player jibs be pickups. So perhaps if you collect all the pieces of your friend you got killed, maybe you could duct tape him or her back together. Yeah, well, that has been sort of, you know, because of reinforcements. Not really. Ideas. Railgun, laser doors. Yeah, this is also early June of 2015. So laser doors happened, or sort of fences happened. More railgun sort of happened with, especially with Hammer 4. You fire 4 bullets, you know. So different type of xenomorphs, underwater tile set, plantation tile set, flamethrower, minigun, mine tile set, open areas. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, good ideas. Some of that stuff has been touched on. Depleted sentry look, like, what is that? Should depleted look different? We did updates. No lights and green text. Active sensors have a green light, green emit textures, green text with flashing white live. Depleted sensors have no lights and red text that do not split. Yeah, that's fine by me. Think about this. Yeah, that's yeah. Think about this. Ways of dying in game. I actually really like the one hit you're dead of the current build, and this is also 2015. What did I say about this? Yeah, I think that's not really worth looking at anymore. Alternative textures for props. Engineer Bob Sentry mode. Oh, that one's legacy. Once upon a time, I made a game called Sentry. That had user. It was, you know, it was like this game, but it was 2D. It was top down, sort of. It had user created levels, and there were, you know, breaches just like this one, and xenomorphs were swarming around. But you were this dude, you know, Engineer Bob, and you had no weapons, but there were sentry guns that you could move around in the game. And it was really, you start here. It was user design maps again. You start here, you exit over there, and you have some sentries, and you run around moving them between different corridors. It was kind of cool. It was a strategy game, sort of. And you could, you know, reload them with more ammo and such. You know, it would be fun to put that in like as a bonus, because that game still exists and I still maintain it. You know, keep it as an Easter egg. You know, even, you know, like an arcade machine almost. You know, I had all these ideas over the years, like in 3D games, there should be arcade machines inside of the 3D worlds, and all my old 2D games should be available there, you know. But in this case, because nobody plays Sentry, but it's a game and it works, and it has, you know, it might be a fun thing to look at, but certainly not in the path of release, but maybe as a bonus. We'll call it or integrate Sentry Classic in SBTF, and then from there play Sentry Classic rules in SBTF. That's contentious. That might be just, you know, that might be, you know, fun enough that could be a whole other game. We'll see. Ambience, reverb on shotgun sounds. Yeah, that's audio stuff that needs to be looked at. There might be some inconsistencies there. Suggestions. Thank you. Simplify and begin the GUI for split screen. That is actually pretty reasonable. Notifications block player view. That can be changed. Cannot be added to the party when the game with the gamepad. Yep, that needs to be done. Show the objectives very clearly. Make batteries do something. Player model gives. Resize split screen when players die. Yeah, a lot of that stuff has been dealt with or will be dealt with. Controller rumble options. Yeah, I actually was working on controller rumble. Just got disabled. That might be worth looking into. Challenges, seed tag star favorite. Yeah, that might still be worth it, because there is, what happened was that there is this forum where people like share your favorite seeds, and I think that was so interesting that cropped up, and that happened at the time when the game was only still completely procedural. Now there is, of course, user created maps, but I still think that's interesting. That that would be relatively easy to put in, because there is a like system now for the like you can star fav them. You can like, I like this, and that would sort of integrate that forum idea into the game, like, oh, like this, because we used to joke, like, because you can type in hexadecimal seeds, you can, like, have you played Dead Face and all that stuff that you can write with hexadecimal, and I think that might be relatively simple to do, and a lot of value to it. More hero texture composition. Yeah, that has been pad rumble. Yeah, pad stuff. If I'm going to look into that. Regression. Yeah, all of that stuff. Inspect the UI in these various aspect ratios. Play. Move the game monitor to a second monitor. Yeah, all of that stuff. Oh, this is so OCD. Review these. Maps. Special rooms, weapons, UI. Upgrades. How old is this? Yeah. Not even gonna look at that. Try to make achievement names be quotes from Aliens film. Well, okay. And I mean, like, right now I'm thinking that this was a good idea to do this triage and actually look at things again, because I've been, I've done this kind of triage before. And I have, I'll have to look at that again, triage of triage. I guess this is like due diligence. Like obviously a lot of good ideas, and there's a lot, there's a lot of pain involved in saying yes or no, to anything. But I'm trying to inspire myself, really. I'm trying to see if there's low-hanging fruit that I could get out to you guys. And so that's one of the main reasons here. Of course, this might end up being like a ton of work, and it's there is some point I suspect, and from experience as well with other projects, there's some point where you're just going to have to say, you're just going to have to walk away from it, and in the interest of doing other things and spending time on more relevant stuff. But I'm going to spend this time just, to see if there's salvageable stuff, and as opposed to not even looking at these lists. Rumble in multiplayer bugs, yes. And, that might be reasons to just, cut it, all the Rumble stuff. But, this stuff will be massaged in several iterations. We'll see. Check alt tab in lobby. Yeah, well, that sounds like something reasonable. Local co-op support for multiplayer holy crap. I'm assuming that they want, when you're playing co-op and you had a multi-monitor setup, you could split so you have multiple game windows. I don't even know how to do that. Sounds like an amazing feature, but I'm not going to do it. Create linear music tracks for each theme. Yes, that I'm really looking forward to that. To actually, because the music is sort of, it's not linear, it's procedural or loop based. Like actually writing the soundtrack or baking out the soundtrack. So much fun. Try this mode. Suspecting no, but could sidearms be a thing? They could, but they won't be. Nick Mordor. Hey, Nick. No. Squad waypoints commands. No way. Texture filtering and anisotropy. Yes, I agree. Robust resolution options. I agree. Bring data core download content stuff immersion back somehow. Yeah, there was a lot of spam going on the site, like downloading stuff. I'm not going to do that. Cracks in faceplate to reflect electronics damage. Sparks from player to reflect electronics damage. Glitchy emit on player to reflect. Yes, I think all of those are cool and not expensive. So you more feedback in terms of that your systems are getting busted. Cool down blood in infravision. No. Option to turn off mission log. Why not? Option to split two-player mode the other way. No, we tried that. I work on remaining unshipped music themes. Definitely. Call that music. Filtered muted teammate audio and new multiplayer picture-in-picture split. Yeah, I thought that was a cool idea. That you could mute, like you're seeing somebody in combat in a picture-in-picture. You're not yourself in combat, but picture-in-picture they are, and it would be like radio sort of filtered stuff. I remember Timpedia and I were discussing that, and he thought that might be confusing. So I like it. I'm gonna put it here. The main reason is that I'm using Direct Sound 3 and there is no filtering there, and I don't necessarily want to pay the cost of adding additional pre-filtered assets. But we'll see. I don't know. It depends on how much memory it costs. Death sequence bleed out when a catcher is dead. That is generally contentious problem in the game. Because it is possible in multiplayer that the monster that is conceptually killing you can be shot by someone else and before you're dead. But the way that as many people know, that whole thing, it's just an animation death sequence. It's like once you're caught, then you go into dying mode and then you die. But it's like logically a little bit weird when the person who's because you can notice sometimes that the monster that caught you does get killed. You can also see some glitches there because you're jerking around on the floor as if he was eating you, but he's gone, and people start, oh, can you save your teammates and all that kind of stuff. It's a can of worms. Again, one of those things, very multiplayer specific. That's a hard one. I'm not going to do it. More content suggestions. I played for around 50 Dead Marines. Love this game. Thank you very much. Flamethrower. More weapons. Sticky mines. Riot shields. Barricades. Repair tools. Porta sentries. Holo decoy. Not that kind of game, sorry. Shader Model 3. Support hardware instancing for Door Sentry's cores. That I could do post because I'm interested in adding instancing support to this code base. So it's technical, might it's a performance thing. Can we detect inner walls and have windows in them? We could, but we won't. Consolidate model controller model view tool. I know what that is. Yeah. That is F4 in dev and model view legacy conversion import tool. Yeah, might be worthwhile. I mean, for Normware in general, review this. Oh, we're over 50 minutes. I will review that, but in the next video.